Welcome to Attenborough Scrolls, where we review interesting tidbits found on the Unofficial Elder Scrolls Pages, Elder Scrolls Wikia, and other public resources that have not been voiced by the advancement in our technology. Today we'll be going over the members of the Dark Brotherhood in Skyrim. They are quite a fun bunch, so I hope you enjoy this read-through. The Dark Brotherhood is a guild of professional assassins, which historically possessed considerable influence and power, but has recently fallen on considerably harder times. It is similar to Morrowind's Morag Tong, but despite a common misconception, it is a completely separate organisation. Also, the legality of this organisation is much more limited than that of its older cousin. The leader of the Dark Brotherhood was the Night Mother, but now that role has fallen to Astrid. The Dark Brotherhood also has a contact in the Rift and Thieves Guild. In Skyrim, you can choose to either join the Dark Brotherhood and take on assassinations for hire, or destroy the Brotherhood's last remaining chapter. Astrid is a Nord assassin, the leader of the last remaining Dark Brotherhood sanctuary in Tamriel, and the wife of former companion Bjorn. She also initiates many of the quests in the Dark Brotherhood questline. When you first meet her in the abandoned shack, Astrid wears the typical Dark Brotherhood garb, consisting of shrouded armour, shrouded gloves, shrouded boots, and a shrouded cowl. However, throughout the rest of the Dark Brotherhood questline, she is seen without her cowl. She also carries around the Blade of Woe. After joining the Brotherhood, if you ask Astrid about herself, she will explain how she joined the Brotherhood. This sanctuary has been my entire life since I was a young woman. That's when I first discovered my, shall we call it aptitude, for elimination. I had an uncle, you see. He made certain unwanted advances. So I killed him and liked it. Then I killed again and liked it even more, and so on. I was recruited by the Dark Brotherhood and have been here ever since. I met my husband Bjorn, rose to leadership, and now, here we are. When Cicero and the Night Mother arrive to the sanctuary, Astrid becomes weary of the Keeper's presence, which is seen when you ask her about whether things will change on the matter. Very little. You have my word on that. The Night Mother represents a chapter in the Dark Brotherhood's history that has long since been closed. Today we live by our own rules. We're the last sanctuary in all of Tamriel, and only by foregoing the old ways have we survived for so long. My only worry is her keeper. I'm not sure what Cicero expects to gain by bringing the Night Mother here, but he'll soon learn this is my sanctuary. Her growing paranoia of Cicero eventually leads to his attempt to murder her during the quest The Cure for Madness for openly speaking badly of the Night Mother, to which she openly admits, "If I'm being honest, I haven't exactly been discreet lately in expressing my frustration with this whole situation. Obeying the Night Mother, you being the listener? It's ridiculous. No offence. Cicero may have overheard me talking to one of the others about the Night Mother. It's possible I was not entirely respectful." Bjorn is a werewolf assassin, former companion, and a member of the Dark Brotherhood. He is also Astrid's husband. He wears a special set of shrouded armour, which is cut at the elbow instead of the usual wrist cut, and fights with an iron battle-axe of chills. Bjorn lives a very relaxed life in the sanctuary, getting up at 8 a.m. He then spends the rest of the day usually sharpening weapons or talking to the other family members. Then at midnight, he'll head to his bed to finally get some sleep. When you greet him, he'll reveal his marital status first, saying, "Let me guess. Astrid failed to mention I'm her husband. She has a tendency to do that. Doesn't want the others thinking she plays favourites." He also uses a lot of food-related nicknames. "What do you want, beef roast? You're part of a family now, Hamshank. I trust you. You trust me. Got it? And hello, Tidbit." He'll also explain these by saying how he thinks of you as food. Don't take offence to the nicknames, morsel. I'm a werewolf. Hard not to think of you as a snack. If he catches you sneaking by him, he'll say, "You're putting your hand in my pocket? Have you gone complete cracked?" If you ask him to tell something about himself, he'll give you a small summary of information. Look, if you're trying to get to know me, don't. I don't like you and I never will. It's nothing personal. But My wife trusts you, and I trust her judgment, so you can't be all bad. Here's all you need to know. I'm a werewolf. I like killing things. I love Astrid. I hate annoying people, and the colour blue gives me a headache. This response, however, changes drastically if you are a member of the Companions. I might ask the same of you, for you are more than mortal. You are moonborn. You are wolf. So you're a companion then? I can't imagine you got your gift anywhere else. I hope you have better luck with them than I did. Oh yes, I was once brother to the Companions. Let's just say they found my methods unsettling. The Dark Brotherhood obviously feels differently. If you ask him what he thinks about Cicero and the Night Mother, he will boldly state, the witless fool and his pet corpse. Take a guess? When exiting conversation, Bjorn will use more nicknames, saying either, take care of yourself, beef roast, later, ham hock, or a more out of character, yeah, good luck. Babette is a Breton vampire with a youthful appearance who works as an assassin for the Dark Brotherhood. Despite her appearance, Babette is the oldest member of the Dark Brotherhood's Falkreath Sanctuary. Babette is the master-level trainer in alchemy and can sell you many potions, ingredients and recipes. Like the other Brotherhood members, she offers her opinions on your contracts. Once you have been introduced to the Brotherhood during Sanctuary, you can ask the members about themselves and each other. Festus Crex tells you to talk to Babette about potions. She's the creepy little girl, can't miss her. She is also one of the few NPCs that sells Daedra hearts as a regular product, and often will have 1 or 2 in her inventory. When asked for alchemy training, she will say, "It's as rewarding as it is dangerous. Let's see what I can show you." She spends all of her time wandering around the sanctuary, preferably near her alchemy lab, occasionally eating, sleeping or relaxing on a chair. After the quest Death Incarnate, she will move to the Dawnstar Sanctuary. She wears child's clothes and shoes. She's loyal to all of her fellow assassins in the Brotherhood, Bjorn, Astrid, Cicero, Festus Crex, Gabriella, Nazir and Varra. If you approach or come near her but do not initiate dialogue, she will comment, "I could brew some potions for you or train you in alchemy. You looking to buy some potions? Or maybe I could help train you to make your own, brother, sister. Or what do you hope to find? Sweets and my dolly? Or maybe some of my spare nightshade?" if she catches you sneaking near her. As with all Dark Brotherhood members, she will also partake in the radiant conversation system found here. Her 3 unique responses once again show how she uses her appearance to her advantage. In truth, it was so easy I feel a bit guilty. Once again, the sweet, innocent child earned more trust than was wise. You give me too much credit, for how could I fail? I am, after all, just a little girl. What threat could I possibly pose? And I am the perfect weapon. My innocent, childish form grants me nearly unrestricted access. Poison or a good bite usually takes care of the rest. When you exit conversation with her, she will bid you farewell with one of the following. Have fun. Can't wait to hear all about the next person you murder. Have a good contract. Until next time, brother, sister, kill well and often. While she looks like a 10-year-old girl, Babette is in fact a 300-year-old vampire. She was bitten as a child, and as a result retained her childlike appearance. She uses this to her advantage in her contracts. Her targets do not perceive her as a threat, and she often plays the part of a scared, lost little girl to gain their trust. One such example is when she remarks that, "I'm just a little girl. The Dark Brotherhood killed my mama and papa, and then they took me captive. Please help me." Rather convincing, don't you think? In truth, I'm no more a little girl than you are. I was once, of course, 300 years ago. Vampirism tends to keep one remarkably fresh. She will comment on her youthful appearance by saying, "Don't let my appearance throw you off. I'm older than you, a lot older. Getting bitten by a vampire when you're 10 will do that to a girl. It's been quite a boon looking like a child. No one ever suspects a thing. My targets make the mistake of not perceiving me as a threat. Last mistake they ever make." Babette is indifferent about the arrival of Cicero and the Night Mother, saying, 200 years ago I would have lain down my life for the unholy matron, but that's an age long since past. Astrid is my matron now. Cicero is an imperial assassin and keeper of the Dark Brotherhood. As keeper, he is responsible for caring for the Night Mother's body and casket. Little is known of him before 4E186, when he started keeping a journal detailing some of his many contracts. For more information, see the Law article. When you first meet him near Lorius Farm, the wagon carrying his mother has broken down. Later, his arrival at the Falkreath Sanctuary with the Night Mother's body causes much commotion. Some members of the guild are happy to have the Night Mother and her keeper present, while others view them as a threat to the new way of running the organisation. Cicero's ultimate goal as the keeper is to locate the anointed listener, as there has not been one for years. Inspired by his very last assassination for the Dark Brotherhood, Cicero now refers to himself as a jester, and accordingly wears a full set of unique jester's clothing, including boots, gloves, and a hat, the outfit providing slightly stronger enchantments compared to the standard set. In combat, he wields a levelled dagger. Due to his hysterical voice and constant dancing, some consider him eccentric and totally insane by many. Upon his arrival at the Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary, he will settle down in the easternmost room and spend the majority of his time there, eating, sleeping or wandering, at times doing his duties as keeper and tending to the Night Mother, whose coffin will be put in the neighbouring room. He will scatter all 4 volumes of his journal in his room, a personal diary he started over 20 years ago. It describes his journey through the Dark Brotherhood and his transformation from a lowly assassin to the Night Mother's keeper. It also tells the tale about the decline of Dark Brotherhood traditions and his dissatisfaction with Astrid's way of running things. Lastly, it provides an explanation for his mental state. Festus Crex is an elderly mage found in the Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary west of Falkreath. Festus wears shrouded robes, shrouded hand wraps, and shrouded shoes, and he carries an iron dagger. He knows a variety of spells as befitting a mage of his stature. From the Alteration School, he knows Stoneflesh. From the Destruction School, he knows Fireball, Firebolt, and Incinerate. From the Restoration School, he knows Fast Healing and Lesser Ward. He lives a quiet existence in the sanctuary, getting up at 8 a.m. He'll then spend the rest of the day either sitting around using the alchemy table or arcane enchanter, or conversing with his fellow assassins. Then, at midnight, he'll head to bed for some sleep. When you greet him, he'll be very clear on his preferred method of killing. There's too much of an obsession these days with knives and arrows. You can kill someone just as easily with a well-placed spell. You like creeping around in the shadows? Magic will work just as good there as anywhere else. And nobody ever expects a fireball from the darkened corner. He will also recommend you speak to Babette should you need potions. Talk to Babette about potions. She's the creepy little girl. Can't miss her. Lastly, he'll show just how much he cares when saying, "Yes, yes, I'm your brother, and I'm supposed to greet you respectfully. So, hello? There, satisfied?" If he notices you sneaking near him, he'll say, "This how you get your thrills, feeling up an old man?" When asked to tell something about himself, he'll talk about his background with magic. I like to say I was born with a wand in my hand. Well, not literally. You can see how painful that would have been for Mother. But I was a prodigy, casting simple spells by 1, completing complex incantations by 3, resurrecting corpses by 7. When I was 13, I accidentally burned down the family home. A bit of lightning gone awry. But soon after I mastered my gifts completely. I went on to teach at the college, left after 2 years. Too simple, too safe. None of them truly understood the glory of the Destruction School. He's very pleased with the arrival of Cicero and the Night Mother, saying, "Their arrival is the best thing that's happened to this sanctuary in years. Astrid is an effective leader, but we've been rudderless for too long, scrounging for contracts, abandoning the tenets. The Dark Brotherhood has been reduced to a group of common cutthroats. Frankly, it's embarrassing." When exiting conversation, Festus will say either, "Remember fireballs, you can never go wrong. Go incinerate some poor bastard for me." Or, yeah, goodbye. Kill lots of people, hail Sithis and all that. Gabriella is a dark elf assassin who works for the Dark Brotherhood. Gabriella wears shrouded robes with matching hand wraps, shoes and hood, and is armed with a steel dagger. She also carries 10 iron arrows and a bowl. She lives a quiet existence in the sanctuary, getting up at 8 a.m. She then spends the rest of the day either sitting around using the alchemy table or arcane enchanter, or conversing with her fellow assassins. Then, at midnight, she'll head to her bed to get some sleep. When you greet her, she'll have some cryptic sayings involving death ready for you, stating, "Does death not come to us all? Is it not a certainty? I am therefore honoured to be doom's herald," to play some part in a being's inevitable end. In the Dark Brotherhood, I found acceptance, love, and my life's true purpose. Or, death is but the time to sleep forever in the void. She might also greet you with a more normal Sithis whisper, "Be upon you, brother, sister." If she notices you sneaking by her, she'll say, "It would seem you're not the accomplished pickpocket you think you are." When asked about herself, she replies, "What a curious question. Well, I enjoy moonlit nights, taking long walks on the beach, knitting and unicorns. In fact, I once took a seaside stroll on a moonlit night and discovered a unicorn, which I proceeded to stab in the throat with a crochet needle. I'm a woman of refined yet simple tastes." She also welcomes the arrival of Cicero and the Night Mother, saying, "Without the Night Mother there is no Dark Brotherhood. The matron deserves our unwavering support and respect, though I admit I find her keeper a bit too exuberant for my liking." When exiting conversation, Gabriella will say either, "Walk always in the shadow of Sithis. May the shroud of death embrace you," or "Darkness guide you." Nazir is a Red Guard assassin and a member of the Dark Brotherhood. He will offer you contracts upon joining the Dark Brotherhood. He is also the master trainer in light armour. Nazir wears a unique set of Red Guard clothes with a matching hood and a pair of boots. In combat, he relies on a scimitar. When inquired about himself, he will reveal that he grew up in the deserts of Hammerfell, where blood is a shade of crimson I can scarce describe. He is apparently not proud of his past, though he will not explain what he did, and explains that after the Dark Brotherhood saved him, he tried to forget it. He often makes jokes or sarcastic comments about the contracts he sends you on. For example, after reporting back and telling Nazir a mine owner in Dawnstar is dead, he says, "Of course she is. I hear the mining business is extremely cutthroat, and those hours, they're murder." He seems to enjoy making these jokes, commenting, "I could do this all day." He is not very happy with the arrival of Cicero and the Night Mother, saying that he dislikes a vast majority of entertainers, and jesters in particular. He also says that he's not too keen on long-dead corpses of old women, and that although he'll make an exception for the Night Mother, he makes it clear that he'll only ever answer to Astrid. He is one of the few survivors of the attack on the sanctuary during the quest Death Incarnate. After the Dawnstar Sanctuary is established, he will permanently relocate to the main room and can still offer you contracts that have not yet been completed. If Cicero is there, he will not be surprised, but he'll make a futile request of you to stop him from dancing and singing. Varra is an Argonian assassin who works for the Dark Brotherhood. He's not a quest giver and usually hangs around the sanctuary, either resting or training. He wears the Dark Brotherhood shrouded armour, shrouded gloves and shrouded boots, and wields a steel sword. On most days, he lives a very relaxed life in the sanctuary, getting up at 8 a.m. He then spends the rest of the day sitting around or chatting with other assassins. Then, at midnight, he'll head to his bed to finally get some sleep. When you greet him, he'll give some information on his past, saying, "Me, I have been part of the Dark Brotherhood from the day I first hatched. I'm a shadow scale, you see, born under the sign of the shadow. I serve Astrid and this sanctuary. Life is simple and good," or "the shadow scales are all but forgotten, an ancient tradition from another time." He may also greet you with a more basic "Greetings, brother, sister." If he catches you sneaking by him, he'll say, "I've hardly anything worth pickpocketing." If you ask what he can say about himself, he'll say, "Once I was a shadow scale, an assassin in service to the King of Black Marsh. trained by the Dark Brotherhood since the day of my hatching. Ah, but that was a lifetime ago. Today I am the last of my kind. My order is extinct. Now I happily serve Astrid and this sanctuary. I am a trained killer, and once again have been given purpose. Life is good. If you ask him what he thinks about Cicero and the Night Mother, he'll say, "Truthfully, I'm not entirely sure. It's not that I don't have the utmost respect for Sithis and the Night Mother and the ancient ways. I do, but I've never been much for religion. I kill because it's what I've been trained to do. It's all I know. So long as Astrid is happy, I'm happy." The Night Mother is the unholy matron, bride of Sithis, and spiritual leader of the Dark Brotherhood. According to Dark Brotherhood beliefs, she is the wife of Sithis and bore 5 children. Despite being a relatively powerful spirit, her corpse is needed for communion with her. She receives prayers from people seeking to arrange assassinations via the Black Sacrament, and relays those desires to the listener, the mortal leader of the Brotherhood. However, since the destruction of the Brotherhood in Cyrodiil and the death of the listener in a riot, the last remaining Skyrim sanctuary has been cut off from contact with the Night Mother. Without a listener to guide the Dark Brotherhood in the way that the Night Mother wishes, Astrid has taken complete control of the Brotherhood. They have eschewed the tenets and traditions of the Dark Brotherhood, and to many are considered no better than a group of mercenaries. Although the Night Mother is no longer respected as she once was, she has a plan to help change this and restore the Brotherhood to its former glory. The Night Mother is being transported by Cicero to the Fulcreath Sanctuary when his wagon wheel breaks and they are stranded together near Laureus Farm. Cicero and the Night Mother will make it to the sanctuary with or without your help and will live there until the destruction of the Fulcreath Sanctuary. After the quest hails Sithis, she will be transported to the Dawnstar Sanctuary by Babette and Nazir, where she will remain indefinitely. Thank you for listening. I had to borrow the voice of David Attenborough, but I hope you have enjoyed this read-through nonetheless. I want to thank my patrons, Connor Runda, Tonya Davis, unoriginal username, Janelle Rambo and Silky Johnson.